guys, and welcome to the channel. I'm Zemo, the Dad DPS, and today we are back with another episode of Scrip My Pants, where today we're going to spend 6,000 scrip at the Purveyor and see if we get anything, well, usable. It's going to be a lot, but yeah, I definitely don't want to do this. This is going to be horrible. Either way, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. So, because we are going to be spending so much scrip, I'm gonna do some weird stuff with it. Like, we're not gonna use all the one thing, we're gonna randomly and arbitrarily use different things. So first off, we'll start with some 3-star weapons. Fury Short Flamer with bash damage and weapons break 50% slower. That 50% slower breakage is actually decent. I definitely want to learn that. Other effects, not so much. Sorry, I have to cough. Ugh. Dear Lord. 2-shot Gauss Pistol with limb damage and free agility. Now, 2-shot is an effect I want, but I don't really want to learn it at the expense of a 3-star item. That's more likely going to end up in the script bin than anything else. Anti-armor the Dragon with limb speed and reload speed. Could put something in the middle there, potentially use that as a dumb weapon to use, but we'll see in the future. There's good effects on it though, so not necessarily worth scripting. Executioner's Short Radium with limb damage and free perception. Next up, Exterminator's Alien Disintegrator with damage while aiming and free perception. Only the damage while aiming effect there's any good, and even then I have that and I don't really want it again, so I'm not going to bother with that. Ooh, Anti-armor light machine gun, weapon speed, and weapon breaks 50% slower. That's actually a really decent pull. That's going to go somewhere and do something with that at some point. Exterminator's Short Western Revolver with critical damage and resistance while reloading. Everything on there was just, yeah. Nocturnal I hate this gun in general, let's be honest. Reload speed, critical damage, and nocturnal. That is getting scrapped because I'd rather the effects than the weapon. Ooh, Hunter's Gauss Rifle with bullets explode for weapon damage and VATS critical charge. That I will swap to another character and put a good effect on that 1-star. That is a really good pick for me. It is not worth scripting because I will potentially use this weapon, so we will keep that for later. Mutant Slayer's Gatling Laser, critical damage, free perception. Nothing really on there that's worth anything. Critical damage I'm not too concerned about either. I do have a couple of characters with Vital, so I'm not overly fussed about getting it. So that is a script weapon. Another script weapon. Damage to animals, limb damage, and fast movement speed while aiming. Nothing on there good that was good, and it's a submachine gun, so it wasn't really that important either. Ghost Slayer's Railway Rifle with limb damage. Slurring my speech, and perception, not a good effect on there. We're gonna script that at a later date, and let's do some armor. Assassin's Heavy Robot Leg with agility and damage recovery of radiation. Not any good effects on there, unfortunately. Intelligence is a good effect on here, but everything else is kind of rather meh. Might scrap it though for the intelligence. Breathe underwater and invisibility is just very, very sad effects. Zealot's Secret Service with 2 lock and melee attacker damage. Poison. Yeah, nothing on here I'm really overly fussed about. Yeah, luck. Luck's one of those things where I could get it, but I'm not really too concerned. Zealot's Heavy Metal Right Leg with Cryo and Breathe Underwater. Yeah, that is definitely script. There's no valuable effects on there whatsoever. Weapon weight reduction and Aristocrats on this Botsmith right arm. Definitely worth scrapping in the future because weapon weight is one of the key effects I am after. Ghoul Slayer's Metal Right Leg. First, well, Glutton and Toxic, none of them are worth me scrapping them for, so what we're going to do is script them in a little bit. Heavy heavy combat armor left leg. I'm losing my mind with Warming and Doctors. None of those effects are really worth it, so yeah, it's definitely one that we're going to script rather. Sentinels on here is very good. We've got Fireproof and Regenerating on the Urban Scout left arm. Yeah, not anything too crazy, but Sentinels will be okay. Definitely something I'd want to learn on other characters. Unyielding with breaks 50% slower and poison resistance. Because of the breaks 50% slower, I think that's worth scrapping just to try and get the effect off it, but it's, you know, some people might try and keep that. Vanguard's robot right leg, thank you, with disease, environmental hazards, and damage taken while blocking. Scrip, 100% Scrip. There's not a good effect on there, unfortunately. Oh, Assassin's Foreign chess piece with luck and weapon weight. Now, weapon weight, 100% worth getting. Luck, also worth getting. So that is a definite woohoo. And Civil Engineer armor with life-saving, antiseptic, and adamantium. None of those effects are worth me doing anything with. So that's another Scrip weapon, Scrip armor. Intelligence on here with Troubleshooter's Secret Agents on Covert Scout. Yeah, probably scrap it just to get the intelligence. Then we've got Charisma, Defender's Life-Saving, Metal Leg. Nothing on there, that's Scrip. Another... Well, Endurance is worth getting, I suppose. But I don't... No, this character's got nothing. Endurance is definitely worth getting. I say nothing. They might have nothing. I'll need to check. Endurance might be worth getting. We'll need to check that. Another... Oh, Intelligence and Cavaliers. Both of them are worth getting on this character, so we will learn that. Well, I say we'll learn that. We'll try and learn that. Another Cavaliers. And let's go back to some range weapons again. Vampires, Strength, and the last shot on there. I've got a lot of railway rifles, so I'm probably going to scrap this just because those effects are potentially valuable. But it is a decent little weapon. Gormon's Fat Man with damage aiming and action point cost. Now, technically I could put a good effect on that first star and then it'd be viable. So if you put on like 2-shot, it could be quite a decent little weapon, but we'll see. We will see. There's a lot of options in the game these days. Fury's short combat rifle, yeah, I've got VATS optimized on more than one character, so we are going to scrap that rather, because it is worth more to me as Scrip. Exterminator's black powder pistol with weapon speed and reload speed. Exterminator's kind of makes it useless, but the other two effects are potentially usable. Put quad on that, maybe it's viable and usable. I'm not really terribly sure. Quad pepper shaker with limb damage and endurance. I might keep this one because I can put explosive in that middle effect, and then I've got a funny boom boom pepper shaker. Yeah, we'll keep that one. We're definitely getting better weapon rolls than armor rolls. Junkie's short combat with weapon speed and critical charge. That is a Junkie's god roll of some sorts. If they ever make Junkies better in the future, that could be very valuable. Nocturnal grenade launcher with critical damage and free agility. Not interested in that whatsoever. That is going in the Scrip bin. It's not even worth scrapping. Ultra Sight Gatling laser with weapon speed, agility, and damage to animals. Again, this is probably a Scrip one. I have weapon speed on a lot of characters, so I really am not too concerned about it. It's mainly explosive in that middle slot I am looking for. Suppressor's black powder with absolutely no other effects. That is garbage. Vampires missile launcher with critical damage and movement speed aiming. Again, this is pretty much definitely a scrap weapon because two good effects on there, but it isn't a good weapon for what it is because of the effects on there. Quad Snubnose 44 with action point for each kill and reload speed. Now I've got lots of quad pistols. This is probably one for scrapping. I do still need to learn quad on a few characters. Don't know if this character needs reload speed, but if they do, I will scrap it on this one. Black powder pistol, last shot, and invisibility. The only good effect on there is last shot, and yeah, we'll see if we scrap that. I'm not 100% sure on it yet. Another one, this has got two good effects though, the weight and the scrap, so we will scrap that instead of scrapping it. Berserker's short laser pistol with damage aiming and action point cost. Yeah, this might be worth scrapping just for those two effects, but at the same time I don't really need them because I have it on multiple characters, but potentially worth you scrapping rather than scripping. This one's definitely a Scrip weapon. Damage aiming, agility, not really interested in what's on there. Oh god, this is definitely Scrip because there's not a good effect on it. Hunter's VATS enhanced and steadfast on an Assaultron head. Absolute garbage weapon. Okay, this is a good one. Quad short laser pistol with explosions and movement speed while aiming. This is actually a decent little one. I more often than not will use laser pistols outside of VATS. So yeah, this is a fun little one. I probably would use the durability effect in that last slot, but you know, beggars can't be choosers. Zealot's Gatling laser with critical damage and weapons break slower. definitely worth scrapping. I definitely want that weapons break slower effect. The 3-star effects are far more valuable than a lot of the other ones. Again, Lucky, I don't know if this character's got it. Might be worth scrapping that one because Lucky is a better effect than some. Instigating Ultrasight with Vance hit chance and Steadfast. None of those effects are really any good for me, so not something I'm overly concerned about. Then we've got Suppressor's Black Powder Pistol, Black Powder Blunderbuss rather, with 9% reduced weight. Probably Scrip. Probably Scrip. Almost certainly Scrip. Berserker's Crusader Pistol with damage while aiming and reload speed. The damage while aiming is, well, it's a good effect. You know, I definitely think I've got it on a lot of characters, so I don't know what I'm going to do with that. We'll figure it out at some point. We'll either scrap it or scrap it, but it's not a keeper for definite. I've got much better Crusader pistols. Ghoul Slayer's minigun with limb damage, and yeah, nothing on there. That's Scrip. That's absolute Scrip on the minigun. Juggernaut's missile launcher with last shot and damage while aiming. Yeah, not a lot on there that I'm really concerned about. Last shot is a decent effect, but I'm not overly concerned. We've not really got any explosive this time round. Bloody Broadsider with weapon speed and resistance while aiming. The problem with the Broadsider is I would not use it with Bloodied. If I either use it with quad or 2-shot, most likely 2-shot. The middle effect, you know, I think better effects could fit into that slot, but maybe that's just me. Juggernaut's Pipe Pistol with damage while aiming and reload speed. While there's a lot of good effects on there, it's Juggernaut, so it's not a good weapon. I will probably transfer this to a character or use it on this character. I really need to check what this character can or cannot learn and kind of go from there. Then we've got Furious Enclave Pistol, damage while aiming, weapons break slower. I'm going to scrap that just to try and get that weapons break slower. It's a really important effect, one that I really want. And getting a lot of weapon speed and reload speed today. You know, not bad for the effects. Again, we'll need to see what this character's learned so I can figure out whether this is worth scrapping on them or not. And let's go back to some armor. Another Sentinel's effect, that's definitely one that I need to learn. The rest of the effects on that armor were absolute garbage. Endurance is definitely something I could use learning on more characters, but at the same time, might be worth scrapping it. Scrapping it rather. Strength is the only good effect on there. Strength is definitely something I want on a lot of characters, but again, not sure if I'm going to scrap or scrap it on this character because there is a lot of effects on this character that I don't know what I've learned. I don't know that one was absolute garbage. No point talking about it. Chameleon Hazmat Burning Wood Arm. That is absolutely disgusting effects. Chameleon Endurance Secret Agents on a robot leg. Endurance is the only good thing on there. Again, might scrap it. We don't know for certain what we're going to do until we do it. Strength again, only good effect on that. It seems to be the strength server with the absolute garbage main and bottom effects for armor. Safecracker and Troubleshooters is just not good. Brotherhood Recon Arm, while it is a good piece of armor, not good effects that were on it. We've got another Cavaliers, we've got Luck there. They're two decent potential effects. Nocturnal and Thorn Left Leg. Not really overly concerned about the top effect, but the other two, definitely will scrap them to see what we get. Yeah, this one's absolute trash. Nocturnal, Charisma, and Acrobats on a robot arm. None of them I was remotely interested in. This one I will scrap though. Oh, actually, no, this character I'm sure has powered, so I can't scrap that. Well, there's no point scrapping this. I will probably scrap this because that's the one effect I know this character does have. Safecrackers and Hunters, Covert Arm. I can't give it to another character, so I have to scrap it. Scrap it rather. 2 strength on this wood chest piece. Secret Agents next, Exterminators. But even then, like, I would either scrap it or scrap it regardless of what was on it because it's a freaking wood chest piece. I'm not using wood armor. It's just trash. Weightless Glutton and Safecrackers on this Thorn left arm. Not any of those effects I would consider being good. Then we've got the Ghoul Slayer's heavy right arm with Hardy and Frozen. Yeah, just no, not an effect on there that I'm really interested in. We've got another Sentinels effect on here with Charisma and Troubleshooters on a Botsmith left arm. So yeah, Sentinels definitely an effect we want to learn. Weapon weight, again, yes, Arms Keeper is very much what we want to learn. That's definitely a scrappable item. Unless I can wear it, it gets scrapped. Assassins, Antiseptic, and Acrobats. Crap, crap, crappity, crap, crap, crap. Mutant Slayers, Charisma, and Adamantium. Also, absolute garbage tier. Overeaters, Strength, and Fruhikers. Now, this one I'll probably scrap just to try and learn Overeaters and Strength. Fruhikers, not really something I'm concerned about, because especially with the apparent perk rework that's coming, that is going to become obsolete. Hunters, Marine, Antiseptic, and Divers. Left leg, bugger that, it's getting Script. And our last pick for tonight, Mutants, Trapper, Right Arm, with Endurance and Frozen. So there's a lot of things we can potentially scrap today, but let's have our top picks first. Now, for I think a top pick, I'm going to go with the Anti-Armor Light Machine Gun. We do have quite a few weapons that are very usable, like the Quad... where is it? Quad Laser Rifle, which I can get that bottom effect switched out, and the Quad Pepper Shaker, where I can get that middle effect swapped out. You know, there's a lot of good things that we got today in terms of weapons, and there's a lot of things that I can change and make into much better weapons. So yeah, the LMG though was a god roll as far as I'm concerned. It is very, very usable, very viable. Alrighty, so there's a lot of different effects we can learn from this. Now, this character doesn't actually have a lot of effects learned. So there's a lot of things on here that we will be scrapping to see if we can learn something cool and learn something good out of it. But you know as well as I do that there are a lot of effects that just are not easy to come by. And we need to be very careful what we're scrapping. We got a Hitman's module there, because there's not a lot that, like, I have intelligence, and that's one I don't need to do. So any intelligence item, we're mainly looking for weapon weight and some of the other cool stuff, but we will see what we manage to learn. Don't really care about that. Let's go dump that one in the bin. Only critical damage on there. The strength, we'll try and learn it. Yep. Definitely want one of those effects. Because like that weapons break slower is such an important effect, I need to learn it on some of my characters. It's one that I keep forgetting that I haven't learned. We've already got powered. That I'm going to turn into something good. And nothing good on there. We don't have them on this character, so we may as well try and learn them. Nope, nothing. You know, and the weapon speed is not really worth it in my opinion. On this character, because I've got those effects on so many different characters. We'll get rid of this Juggernaut's pipe pistol, because that's a god roll. I really don't want to get rid of it. Charisma, nope. God dang it! Because I'm being so picky. If I was just spamming all of these, I guarantee you I would learn more plans. But I'm being very particular about the kind of things I want to scrap and the things I want to try and learn. Because, like, I've got the luxury of doing that. I have loads of different characters that have different effects and different things learned. And we'll get rid of this little baby, see if we get anything. No, we've still not learned a singular plan out of scrapping this stuff. There's always a chance that we're not going to learn anything anyway. That's the kind of the joy of Fallout 76 at the moment. There are so many different things that we all want to learn in the game, and we just have to scrap hundreds, thousands of items in order to try and get this chance at learning the most mundane effects. And it is what it is, you know, it's not like a massive deal. As you can see, like, this is just another day at the races for me, just crafting weird crap and seeing what we get. And I'm getting modules at the very least, you know, I am getting something out of this, but not really anything major. And that's kind of the problem, I suppose, where we had a lot of items there, and not a lot of them are, in my opinion, actually, you know what, bugger it, scrap that. Not a lot of it, in my opinion, is worth me scrapping. It's more worth putting back into the machine and turning it back into Scrip, because at the end of the day, I don't really need, actually that one counteracts its own effects, let's get rid of that. I don't need all of these daft effects that are on every single thing. Eventually I will learn every effect, but I don't need, like, Ghost. Like, why would I ever need that? It's absolutely garbage. So yeah, there you go. That's 6,000 scripts spent at the Purveyor, and we got some viable weapons. Definitely things that we could turn into things that will be far more usable than what they currently are. But no plans. And a couple of modules at the very least. So yeah, I would say it was a successful video, but at the same time, slightly disappointed we didn't learn a plan. But then, I always am. Either way, guys, if you enjoy the videos, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and we'll catch you next time in the Wasteland.
In a world of rust and danger, where the shadows dance and linger, there's a merchant with a smile so sly, trading treasures, oh my, my. In the glow of old neon lights, she makes the midnight markets bright with a wink. She shifts the scene, dreams for sale from the unseen. Purveyor murmur with a mystic tune, selling whims beneath the moon. In the ruins, a heart so grand, turning rubble into golden sand. Waves like whispers in the breeze, carry secrets from the chart trees, gems and trinkets, rare delight, found in the shadows of the night. In a landscape rough and eerie, she spins tales never weary, with each trade a glint of grace.